Alright guys, this is the third video now of a so far 3 video series on the Arborline scripts. The first video and a quick review is the setup video, how to download these scripts from the data hub, set them up properly on your computer. The second video is on the data farming, the F6 command specifically. And this video will focus on the poll farming function, so that's going to be the F7 command. And I will note that the data for 2017, specifically the poll data, is differently formatted. You can see right away probably that instead of one row of text, we've got 2 rows. And not only that, but if we look at the attribute table, there's no hyphen, which you wouldn't think would be an issue, except that in Arborline likes polls to have a hyphen. You can see there's one line of text plus a hyphen. So without that proper formatting, I had to adjust the script to accommodate that difference in formatting, and take away that second row and then add the hyphen into the data. So it seems to be working pretty reliably right now. The poll function is a difficult one to program because of the timing aspects. So if you have any reliability issues, please let me know right away, and I'll take a look on how to fix it. But I think I've got it dialed in to the point where it's going to be reliable for you. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The second video left off, we farmed 3 properties here. So let's pretend that these are the only 3 properties on this road that have work on them, and go ahead and farm our polls into Arborline. So again, same process as before. We're still using the identify tool. I should note that it's important that you have the correct layer selected when you farm data, whether it's parcel data with the properties or whether it's polls. If you don't have the right layer selected and highlighted in blue here, your identify function will essentially strike out. It won't grab any data because the computer doesn't know what you're trying to grab. So you need to have your poll data selected. That's this underscore text file. It's just the way it came from the shop. Okay, let's just go ahead and do it. We'll click on the first poll here. So we'll say that we're trying to farm data for 587, and you guys know by now that these polls are probably a little bit off. This poll line here, this intersection, probably is more likely to be located along this roadway a little closer. I always go a little bit generous on my polls. So for 587, I'll select this poll right here. And in order to do that, I want to make sure my script is running. I'm going to hit the Control R just to make sure that it is. Control R is for reload. The escape button incidentally still works if your script goes awry, but the Control R essentially reloads the program without you having to click on the shortcut. So it reloads all the variables, reloads the commands, and it's the quickest way to start over if you screw something up. Just Control R, or if you just forget that it's running, Control R is the way to go. And that's holding the Control button down and hitting R for some of the folks not as familiar with the commands. Let's click on it. This is the first poll we want, this 82601. I will say before I do this, once in a while polls are not loaded correctly into Arborline. They might be missing altogether in some cases, or they glitch a little bit. So fortunately, I think this version is fairly reliable. Again, give me some feedback on that. Let's hope that this works for demonstration purposes. So we'll grab this 82601. This layer incidentally does not need to be in edit mode. We'll go ahead and demonstrate here. But we don't need to have it in edit mode because we're not going to be making any edits to the actual feature attribute box. So we'll make sure our identify tool is selected. Computer's glitching a little bit here, sorry guys. And we want to actually click on the physical point. You can see the yellow point there. Again, we've applied our style already. If you don't click on the point, you're gonna miss the data. For instance, if I click over here, I probably won't actually register this point with the script. So if you can't see your actual points, chances are you need to adjust your layer order and put your polls on top so you can grab those. Alright, so we'll click on it. First we got to hit the F7 key at the top of your keyboard. Again, F7. Hit the F7 key, and that fires the script to the poll function. And nothing too fancy about this other than it grabs 2 polls. It's going to grab 1 poll, send us to Arbor-Line, kick us back. We're going to grab the second poll, and then it's going to kick us to Arbor-Line, paste the poll, and then kick us back to GIS. So it does all that automatically. Again, you don't want to be clicking on things without meaning to paste data, because it'll paste data in the wrong areas. It's going to grab this 82601. It's going to automatically kick us over to Arbor-Line. I'm not sure which property. I guess it was 587. And we're going to click on the first poll location. Again, I want to have this already set up previous to hitting my F7 key, so that I don't have to click on the scroll bars or anything like that. So 82601, I believe, is what it was. So we went pretty quick there, but I believe it did grab the poll. Sometimes on the first try, it's a little rusty, but subsequent tries will be smoother, especially the first time you load it up in the morning. So at 77600, we'll try that one next here. It's going to be the second poll. It's going to grab it automatically, and I can see 82601 was correct. And 77600, I believe it entered it correctly in Arbor-Line. Again, it kicked it back so quick that it's hard to see. But if I go back, you'll eventually learn to trust this thing over time, I hope. But if you go back and check it, you can see that it's got the correct poll in there. So that's good news. And it kicks us back to Arbor-Line though automatically, and I made that decision just to help speed along your process. And that's the end of the function. So it ends and it waits for your next command. So we'll hit. We want to get some more polls. I recommend doing several properties, if not 10 properties at a time. It's just quicker to assembly line the process. Plus, if you're doing every property, you have to be going back between layers over here. It just gets to be tedious. So 588, let's get that one. We'll hit F7. I believe I already did. Let's see if I did. Nope, sure didn't. Alright, so we want to cancel out of here. Forgot to hit the command. Note that I'm not in edit mode at the moment. Come on, there we go. Alright, so I'll hit F7. I forgot to hit it. Hit F7, it'll pop up the box, it'll grab the data. I'll paste it in the first poll location by clicking on the left button. And that's 77600, and it's waiting for my second poll. So I'm going to click one time. Again, I can use my mouse wheel if I have an external mouse to pan, which is helpful. That's not going to screw it up. The only thing that will screw it up is if I click somewhere without the script being complete. And again, if you screw something up, Control R, that's the way to go. So we'll click on the 7 poll, the 77599. You can see that this poll is correct. 599 are the last 3 digits on this poll. So hopefully, click this back, waiting for more poll input. And if we wanted to do that, then all we need to do is hit F7 again. Come on, computer. F7 again, which I did. We'll grab this poll here. Kicks us back to Arbor-Line. I can see that this poll was correct. It's always good to just double check. And we'll grab 77598 down here, just for demonstration purposes. Just glitching a little bit here. Sorry. Got this video running and it's really slowing the computer down. Normally I don't have this issue, so we'll see if that actually worked. So I'm going to go ahead and escape out of the script. I'm done with the scripting part of what I was doing. So I'll just hit the escape button. You can see the session terminated pops up. Let's see if it got this 77598. That was a real long pause there. So it did. You shouldn't have the issue I just had because of the if you don't have 10,000 windows open, your computer will be running pretty efficiently. I did slow it down considerably to account for those of us that aren't as diligent with some of the memory management. There's tools available to you to speed up your computer. I'll just show you real quick here while I got you on the video. You can go to Accessories under your Start menu, and then Defrag, which is under the System Tools folder right here. Everybody's got this. System Tools, and then Disk Defragmenter. and this will allow you to defrag your computer. If you need more information on it, you can Google it. But mine's been defragged pretty recently. It runs automatically. Yours might be set up to do that too. If it is, then you're probably good to go. But it's always good to do this on a fairly regular basis. This basically deletes the gaps in your memory and makes your computer run more efficiently. So if you're having some reliability issues and you're the only guy out there that's having those reliability issues, then we might need to just take a look at speeding up your computer with some of those tools, get rid of some of the files you're not using, that sort of thing. So we'll hit the save button here. Save often. Good rule of thumb. And at this point, we could go ahead and start doing our actual planning or notifying. And there are some shortcuts for those. I'll upload those at a later time, maybe soon, maybe later, depending on what other tasks need to be completed. But those are coming. They're fairly simple to use, and I think they will save you time. You will like them. So anyhow, thanks for your attention again to this video, and we'll see you on the next video.